Shalom. All praises go to the Most High Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Adawakwadash. Double honors unto the elder Paul as a great millstone for the teachings of the scriptures, among other things. Shalom to the sincere Akim across the world. Now, this is the book of 1 Samuel, chapter 30, titled, let me see, David smites the Amalekites, right? So, going on, first one. And it came to, and you have to remember, the Amalekites, so this is Ziglag, where David was, and then the Amalekites were down there, right? Right, so here, it shows you that here is Ziglag, right? That has been given unto King David. And then you have here, Amalek was living here. And then you had here the rest of Edom. So you could say, this is the kingdom of Amalek, and this is the kingdom of Edom. And I have another one here, wait. Right, so here you have, oh, what did I do? Sorry. Here you have this here, on the way to Shur. This is Kadesh Barnea, where our forefather Abraham was on his way to Shur when he went to Egypt. So that's there. Amalek is here, Edom is here. So, just like the example that I wanted to give here. And then later on you had here the kingdom of Israel in the blue. And then you had the kingdom of Judah in the red. Well, you had the kingdom of Edom all up in the midst here. You also had the Arabian tribes that was living also in the midst of them there too. Not in the midst of them, but all alongside of them. You had the Midianites living there. You had certain Ishmaelites in these regions over here. You know, because these were the Arabian deserts, because they was living there. And so here you have Amalek, the wilderness of Zin, you know, this whole region over here. And then here, Edom, this whole region over here. And Mount Seir is here, which is, where did I put it? Here, Seir, here, the word Seir is here. So Mount Seir is where Edom was, this whole region, the green thing. The land of the Temanites, Teman, which is one of the sons of Esau. And you can catch that here, which is Genesis 36, if I'm correct. Teman. Yeah, Genesis 36. This is the generations of Esau. This chapter is talking about the generations of Esau. Here you have Teman, which was a great man among the Edomites. And he was very wise, and all his children were very wise. You know, because they had that blessing to be cunning and stuff like that. Here you have this Kanas, but it's not the Kanas that Caleb was called. I already did a video about that, so yeah, to show that they're lying. They want Caleb to be of Kanas, but he clearly was of Judah, because it says it and it shows it. He was just called a Kenazite, something like that. Anyway, let me go on back to over here. So King David went from here to the Amalekites. So let me read that. 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 1. And it came to pass, when David and his men were come to Ziglag on the third day, that the Amalekites had invaded the south and Ziglag, and smitten Ziglag, and burned it with fire. That's here. The south, and then Ziglag is where King David was dwelling, because he got that place from the king of Gath, Achish. Achish is the king of Gath, his name. Going on, verse 2. And had taken the women captives that were therein. So the Amalekites, they took the Israelites. They slew not any, either great or small, but carried them away and went on their way. So David and his men came to the city, and behold, it was burned with fire, and their wives and their sons and their daughters were taken captives. Then David and the people that were with him lifted up their voice and wept until they had no more power to weep. They cried very long, until they was just tired of crying. And David's 2 wives were taken captives. Ahinoam the Jezreelite, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. Right. So clearly they're making distinguishes that they come from these places. And if you look at the map of Judah, you will see, oh, I think it's here. No, I think it's here then. Wait. Sorry, wait. Right. So now I'll read it again. 1 Samuel chapter 30, verse 3. And David's 2 wives were taken captives. Ahinoam the Jezreelite, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. Now, this one is a Judite, and this one, I think it's a Judite, but it could be a Issacharite. And I'm gonna show you that this one also is Carmel is also shown in the land of. Well, let me get it first. Now, here you have Carmel, right, which is near Hebron. So Carmel near Hebron, that's Judah, and you can find that here. Let me see, verse. I think of Joshua 19. I think here Joshua 15. Yeah, Joshua 15. Now it says here, then this was the lot of Joshua 15 and 1. This then was the lot of the tribe of the children of Judah by their families, even to the border of Edom, the wilderness of Zin, and then you have another one, the wilderness of Sin with an S. Southward was the othermost part of the south coast. That's why in the book of Obadiah, chapter 1, verse, let me see, 18. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for the Lord had spoken it. Extermination for the Edomites. The house of Esau is talking about the bloodline of Esau. So everyone that comes out of the bloodline of Esau is going to be exterminated. The men are the ones that carry the nation, so they're going to be exterminated, right? Now, I looked it up, but there's 2. That's why, but anyway, I'll show you. And they of the south, which is Judah, shall possess the mount of Esau. Now, the mount of Esau, wait, let me go on. And they of the plain, the Philistines, they're going to possess those places. And they shall possess the fields of Ephraim and the fields of Samaria. And Benjamin shall possess Gilead, which is where Gilead was, the man named Gilead. But there's a place named Gilead, which is east. Let me see, what west? East Manasseh. East Manasseh is Gilead. That's here. This here, East Manasseh. See, it says here Gilead. Gilead. This is Gilead. So here, oh yeah, here you have Jabesh Gilead and all that type of stuff. So basically Bashan, the area of Bashan, that's Gilead. Yeah, so, right. So, and it says here, and basically it says here that Judah shall possess the mount and they of the south shall possess the mount of Esau, because Judah was there. So Judah is here, the green here, the green thing here. Judah is going to possess Basra, his land, Esau's land. So they're going to possess that. Right, so going on back to over here. So even to the border of the wilderness of Zin, which is down there where Kadesh Barnea is, which is here. Yeah. I have another one actually. Here. So the wilderness of Zin is somewhere. Yes, it is here. Somewhere here. Did I put it in another picture? Yeah, the here you have the wilderness of Paran, and then here around here is the wilderness of Zin. Maybe I have it here or something. Here you have the wilderness of Zin. Here you have the wilderness of Paran. Here you have the wilderness of Zin. Here you have the desert of Zin. Sorry, the desert of Shur. Sorry. Here, the desert of the wilderness of Zin is the wilderness is here. The wilderness of Shur. My goodness, I'm screwing it up. Sorry. I'll show you the map so because I'm messing up. Right. So here you have the wilderness of Zin with a Z. Here you have Seir. You have this whole area is Seir. You have Kadesh Barnea. And you might say like, yeah, why are you using Edomite camps, maps and stuff like that? If you actually look at the scriptures, you look at the book of Joshua chapter 15, you will see like, no, actually, he actually pinpointed everything correctly because, well, I'll show you. So here you have, so this is the whole chapter is talking about Judah's place, right? And then you have here, so it says here verse 454, and Humtha, and Kirjath Arba, which is Hebron. You can read that in the book of Joshua chapter, let me see here. I think it's 14 or something. Joshua. Cable got that one. The last verse, I think it was 14. Yeah, 15 then. That's all. 15 and I think it was the last verse, no? Caleb got it, yes, and it was wow. I'm actually in the same chapter. Yeah, I thought so. I know it was the last verse. So Joshua 14 and 15, and the name of Hebron was before was Kirjath Arba. Arba is a man, which Arba was a great man among the Anakim, so he was a giant. And then they beat him up. If you read the chapter, you will see that they beat up the giants and they took that land. And the land had rest from war. So now going to Joshua 15. So Hebron is in Judah, because if you read 14, it will explain to you that land was given unto Judah, right? Through Caleb. So then it says here, Kirjath Arba, which the city was named after a man, which is Hebron, and Zior, 9 cities with their villages, Maon, Carmel, and Zip, as you can find that one here. Where did I put it? I put it somewhere. Zip. Yeah, here. So it shows you that no, they're actually correct, because they show you that they have, look, Esau has all these documents, man. He has all these things, but for example, the Blue Letter Bible. Who do you think set up the Blue Letter Bible? The elder apostle taught me about the Blue Letter Bible. But do you think he set it up? do you think that he set it up? Like this one? The Blue Letter Bible? No, he didn't. The spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai got upon the elder apostle to heart in the group called the Great Millstone. He came upon him with the spirit, and then from there on he taught us. Right? Esau created this thing. But as the elder apostle also shows, and I've shown it also a few times, that sometimes the description here is wrong. Sometimes they're actually wrong. Not often. But they're wrong because they're not spiritual. They're carnal. So they seek out things. And sometimes also, for example, in the Bible, right, you have these precepts. He actually is good with some of the precepts. Like, damn, this is a great one right there. So when you read, you see a precept on the end of the sentence, and then he connects it to something else. And I'm like, wow, that's a great one. But sometimes he goes totally off. You know, so it's something to remember. But there you have the Spirit of the Heavenly Father that will come and basically guide you toward the truth. He shall give you that eye salve, and with that you're going to see like, no, that's not it. Esau went off over there. But when it comes to geography and all these type of things, these Edomites have the money to travel over there to these places, do excavations and stuff like that. Even you had this guy, what's his name again? The comedian. Wow, Richard. Egypt, the skit. comedy. This one. I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. They go to these places and they do these they do these excavation things and they do find things, man. But you had another one. I did a video about that also. I forgot what the video name was. My video also, but I'm actually thinking about the video that I saw here, where I went into the comment board and there was an Edomite that said, man, these people just, wait, let me try and find it actually. Wait, let me see something. Right, I found it. Now this is the video. Sorry. This time I'm gonna try and save it in a different folder, like a folder apart, not with all the other things, because it's kind of clustery. That's why. But anyway, so here in this video, I'll put the link in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. But this was the point. The effort and money spent to try to disprove the Heavenly Father's word just proves to me how powerful the word of the Heavenly Father is. Right, because Esau, you have two type of Edomites. The one that is trying to prove the Bible, like this one. Here you have these ones trying to prove it, like, no, we did find these things. I'll put this link in the description box also. It's a 27-minute video documentary. They went there, spent money, went there, had got all these equipments and stuff like that, sit there trying to figure out if the chariots really sank there. They go, they find biologists and they find people that work with corals, which is the things that grow in the water and stuff like that, you know, these corals and stuff like that. Coral, these things that study these things and be like, well, that's not a natural forming coral because they don't form like that, and these type of things don't grow in this type of region and stuff like, for example, just an example. But yeah, they explained it in this video, so yeah, you can listen to them. But you have two type of Edomites. You have different type of Edomites. You have hundreds of thousands of, but I mean, in this category, in this example, you have the ones that are trying to prove the Bible because they really want, you know, they're cardinals, so they want to really show stuff, you know. But which is good, too, you know. I mean, unbelieving Thomas, he was an Israelite of the elect, and he only believed the Lord when he saw him, when he really saw, like, show me your hand. No, I don't believe that. Show me your hand, let me see. But he was of the Lord. He was a beautiful spirit of the Lord. The Lord liked him, even though he said, like, yeah, your faith is kind of small, but still, he's unbelieving Thomas. He's going to believe it when he sees it. But he believes, but you need to show him, you know. But the others, they believe straight away. They'll be like, ah, that's the Lord, I already know. How you know? I don't know. I feel. Just like how you can't see the wind, same way the Lord works. You can't see him, but you can feel it. You can feel the Lord, right? So some feel, and some they feel too, but they need to see. They need to touch something. But anyway, so Esau goes out his way to disprove the Bible, and then you have the other Edomites that go to prove the Bible. Like, no, this is the truth, right? And then you have the other ones that go deliberately to show that, so they know it's real, but they deliberately hide it. That's one of the reasons why Esau is going to be hidden also. Obadiah chapter 1 verse 18. That's how the Lord's going to hide you. You know. So I'll put these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Here, wait.
People got down. In his blackness did walk. And they named the beast of the sea and the animals of the land. And man in his blackness did walk the earth, making medicine. They discovered type. These were all black people got down. Wait a minute.
It's put as a skit, but it's the truth. So they do these things, and what did they do? They hid it. You know, look at the dark skinned hand over there. But these are Hamites, but they're trying to make it come over as if it's us. But he was kind of reading biblical like type things. You know, because the animals were named by Adam. But That was not a Hamite that was doing that. That was Ish. So they mix in two things within one. They mix in the Israelites, well, the Bible actually, kind of to a certain degree, but they mix in it with the Hamites, so the Egyptians and the Mizraim. So, right. So going back to over, where was I actually? Okay, so now when I'm using these maps and stuff like that, you need to be actually really thinking about like, no, no, he's actually correct. You know, but to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushai, we are going to figure out 100% when the Lord Yahushai comes back. So now this is just to, you know, for interest's sake, because a lot of, you know, people are interested in stuff like that. This is not for salvation's sake. This is just for edification's sake, meaning explaining. I'm just explaining stuff, Lord willing, you know. Okay, Hebron, Zip, Maon, which are all of Judah, and all these names are named in the book of Joshua, chapter 15. And also, I think First Chronicles chapter 2 is talking about the bloodline of Judah. This is talking about the places that they have, which literally is near Edom, and it is also kind of near Kadesh Barnea, which is here, Kadesh Barnea, and Judah then therefore is here with Ziglag, and Beersheba is for, how you call him again? Simeon. Beersheba is for Simeon, as you can see here. So all this here is also Judah, and well, we're going to get that, by the way, because that was given unto us. But we lost the wars, so the Amalekites started to pop up over there, and all that type of stuff. But okay, going on. Right. So you had here Carmel in Judah. Okay, so but you have another Carmel, which is Mount Carmel, and this one is in which one was it again? This one was in, I think, yeah, it was in West Manasseh. Here you have Megiddo, and then here you have Megiddo again, right? So this one is called Mount Carmel. It's not Carmel. Carmel is in Judah. Mount Carmel is in, damn it, I just said it. Is in West Manasseh. Okay. So you have this Carmel in Judah. So here is where Nabal was, because if you read the scriptures, it's actually explained that Nabal was near where Hebron is and all that type of stuff, and Zip. Then you know, like, no, that's talking about that with that Carmel. Okay. So now I'm gonna give a few other examples which can also throw people off. Look, Ziglag is also given unto Judah, Lachish, Eglon, all these places, and Eglon was also a man, if I'm correct. Well, let me leave that right now. Let me focus on this one. Here you have Jezreel, which is also in Judah, but you have another Jezreel, which is here in Joshua. No, here in Issachar. You have another Jezreel there, because it is explained that here in the valley of Jezreel Valley, right? If you here you can see the name Jezreel. Here you see Megiddo, and then here you see Megiddo again, and then you have Jezreel. Where? In Issachar. So now I'm thinking like, I don't know which Jezreel she is actually. What I'm talking about, she is when I'm reading here, 1 Samuel 30:5. It's like I said, this is not for salvation's sake. This is just for interest's sake, to the spirit of Yahweh Bashem Yahushua, because everything to me in the Bible is interesting. I don't know about you. I have favorite chapters, but then again, if I read another chapter, that one becomes another favorite of mine. So I have multiple favorite chapters, multiple favorite scriptures, and I'm ever expanding, you know. I don't know, man. I keep on learning every day, you know. So I don't know. It's everlasting. Lord willing, it keeps continually going on like that. And it started like a year ago when I was like, oh, everything started, you know. Oh, I didn't know that, you know. So everything, you know. Anyway, but that's how the Lord works, because you know. But anyway, let me go on. 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 5. And David's 2 wives were taken captives, Ahinoam the Jezreelitess, and Abigail, the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. So this one I know is be Judah. I know it to be Judah. But this one, I think it's Judah too. You know? I'm not sure. It doesn't matter anyway. But still, I just showed you that there's two Jezreel, the locations. One in Joshua chapter 19, verse 17. And the fourth lot, which they gave lots in order to know which land would be theirs. And if you read the book of Numbers chapter 27 and also Numbers chapter 36, you will see that the Judite was not allowed to come and take the lands of anyone. Issachar, Naphtali, Simeon, no one, no tribe and whatsoever was allowed to take land in another tribe, his lot that was given unto them by the Heavenly Father. So, if a person was living in Jezreel, yeah, it's a Issacharite. And if a person is living in Jezreel in Judah, yeah, that's a Judite. You know, you also have two Bethlehems. You have Bethlehem Zebulon. I always misspell this thing, man. Bethlehem Zebulon. I don't think I'm gonna find it. I know. That's all. Bethlehem Zebulon. It's Micah? No, it's not Micah. Bethlehem and Zebulon. Another Bethlehem and Zebulon. Yeah, I know. Where is it? Joshua somewhere or something like that? Yeah, Bethlehem Ephrath, which is Judah. Micah chapter 5. It's talking about Yahushua, this chapter. This verse. In this chapter, there's a verse talking about the Yahushua. Zebulon. What did I just do, man? Zebulon. Okay, Zebulon. I'm telling you, I have no idea. Zebulon. I think it's somewhere in Joshua. Here, Joshua 19. Because Joshua was the book where everybody got their parts of lands. So if you want to read up on the lands, and then you look at the maps that Esau did, you'd be like, yeah, he's actually right. The things that he do, yeah, he's right. It's you know, I mean, they do stuff. Here. And the third lot came, so Joshua 19, 20, and 10. And the third lot came up for the children of Zebulun according to their families. And the border of their inheritance was unto Zarid. And then, you know, the other names toward the sea, Maralah, Dabasheth, reached onto the river before Jokneam. And then basically if you go down, and it says here, and Bethlehem, so here, 15, and Katha, and Nahala, and Shimron, and Idalah, and Bethlehem, 12 cities with their villages. And the fourth lot came out of Issachar, for the children of Issachar. No, that's sorry. I don't even know what I'm reading. Yeah, it goes on because it talks about Jezreel. And here you have Zebulon, Bethlehem, right? So you have a Bethlehem and Zebulon. You have a Jezreel in Issachar. So me personally, I haven't done a lot of looking up and stuff like that about who she is, but I would think it would be Judite. I'm not sure. I don't know. So maybe Lord willing in the future I might know. So I didn't really look it up, but I know that there's two Jezreels. So Lord willing, you know. But this one I know that she's a Judite. This one is a Judite or a Issacharite. It doesn't matter because she's an Israelite. You know, it's not that important. Just for edification, just for knowledge sake, just to know. You know. So okay. So that part. So let me go over here again, in the book of Joshua 15. Right. So if you scroll down, you see a place called Cain. There's actually a city called Cain, right? And there's a city called Gibeah, but there's also a Gibeah in Benjamin. Let me see here, Gibeah. Wait, let me double check that. Gibeah. You have Timnah, Gibeah. That's Joshua 15. Here, see? Judges chapter 20, verse 4. The husband of the woman that was slain answered and said, I came into Gibeah that belongeth to Benjamin. So you have another Gibeah, which is in Benjamin. But you have another Gibeah, which is in Judah. So it might be a little bit confusing, because I do know that, you know. Sometimes here you have this one. I was not looking for that. I want to show you the other one, which is Gibeah in Benjamin. Jerusalem belongs to Benjamin. Oh, here, Gibeon. No, that's Gibeon. Sorry, that's another one. Jeremiah. Wait, let me. Jericho. Wait. Right. Here you have Gibeah. See, in Benjamin. And then you had a Gibeah in Judah also. So, right. And then you had Ramah, which is where Samuel was. So he was in Benjamin. He was a Levite, by the way. Because, you know, the Levites live all over the place. And you can find that in the book of Joshua 21. It's really detailingly. It's actually really good explained there where exactly the Levites were living. So you can find that out too. And Esau got the map too. And I'm looking at the map. I'm like, no, this is actually correct. He actually, yeah. You know, so you have Opera, or Oprah, right, whatever, Bethel, Ai, all that type of stuff. This is not really confirmed, like 100%. There's somewhere here in the area. And then you have the Gibeonites, which are the Amorites. They also was living in the midst of Benjamin, and that is specifically also in the scriptures. You had the Jebusites living also in Jebus, which is Jerusalem. They was living there also. And the Amorites were living in the midst of us as strangers of the heathen nations. And of them we were allowed to make slaves. That's specifically explained in the book of Leviticus 25, if I'm correct. Well, let me double check. Leviticus 25. Yeah, see? Let me see. 44. Here, it explains to you that, wait, let me see. Thou shalt not rule over him with rigor over the Israelites. More of verse 45. No, 44. Both thy bondmen and thy bondmaids, which thou shalt have, shall be of the heathen that are round about you. And of them ye shall buy bondmen and bondmaids. Moreover, of the children of the strangers that sojourn among you, of them shall ye buy, and of their families that are with you, which they begat in your land. So the Gibeonites were allowed to be slaves. We already made them slaves here in the book of Joshua chapter 9, if I'm correct. They were cursed, and then they were turned into, because it talks about the Gibeonites. Where are they? Here, the Gibeonites, right? The inhabitants of Gibeah, because they was there first. And Ai. So you know that Gibeah is a land that was close to Ai. So you can kind of be like, here you have Gibeon, and then you be like, here's Ai. You'd be like, yeah, it is in the area. So yeah, it's Esau knows his little thing, you know. So and Jericho also is also in Benjamin. This is all Benjamin land, by the way. Now it used to be of the Gibeonites, which were Amorites. They were not Hivites. The Gibeonites were Amorites, because it shows you right here. I think it's 21. Here, the King David, he called the Gibeonites and said unto them, now the Gibeonites were not of the children of Israel, but of the remnant of the Amorites. But they're Canaanites, and the Hivites are also Canaanites. So yeah, but they're just different tribes. But yeah, so here, and so they was living in the midst of them too. They was living in the midst of us, you know, the Israelites. And here we already made them slaves. Where verse 21, you can read the chapter for yourself. I did a video about it, but you can read it for yourself if you have the time. And the princes of Israel said unto the Gibeonites, said unto the people, let them live about the Gibeonites. But let the Gibeonites be hewers of wood and drawers of water unto all the congregation. as the princes had promised them, so that we made them slaves. So that's here mentioned here. The children of strangers, we were allowed to keep them as butlers forever. Your butler is in your house, and he will make children in your house with his wives of his own nation, and then you will make them keep on making children. And then, for example, here you have a Judite brother, here you have another Judite brother, and he has Amorite slaves, and this one has Amorite slaves, or it could be a Simeonite brother. Doesn't matter which tribe. Naphtali, Issachar, stuff like that. And then you could take his slaves' daughters or sons for your slave daughters or sons, and make children more. And then you have perpetual butlers living in the house, like house Negroes and stuff like that. And they shall be your possession, and ye shall take them as an inheritance for your children after you, to inherit them as a possession. So they were to be our possession. We were allowed to do that with them. Okay, so now going, what did I do? Damn it. What did I, shit. What was it again? Joshua 15? Yeah. Right, so okay. So let me speed this up, finish this up. Okay, so you had Carmel, which is in Judah. Jezreel is in Judah. So a Jezreelite is a Judite or an Issacharite. So I'm gonna leave that. I'm gonna leave that. It's still an Israelite. That's the point. You have Gibeah, which is a Gibeonite, which is a Judite. Here you can see that a Canaanite is a Judite, but the land. Sometimes you were called after the city, and sometimes the city would be called after a man. It's kind of confusing, but to the power of the Lord, it's going to be very easy because it's right here. You can just document it. The genealogy, the mentioning of genealogy, now that's just silliness. I'm not going to even do that because, endless genealogies and stuff like that. Look, I can't, because I talk to people, for example, that don't look like so-called Negroes or Latinos or Indianos. I always tell them, like, listen, it's through the Spirit. Don't focus too much on your bloodline, man. Your father is a Caucasus male from, for example, the Netherlands or Germany or whatever. But the scripture does say, like, none of the wicked shall understand. You will have dark-skinned Israelites that is going to reject this truth, even though they're Israelites, man. You have other people that look like Chinese, look like Japanese, look like, all these other nations and stuff like that, and they will accept this truth. Well, it could be that they're Israelites, man. It's all about the hope. We out here to give hope, and stuff like that. So that's what we do. We give hope to these scriptures and hope that you are an Israelite. That is the beginning of faith. That is the power. Yeah? Hope is something that you hope for, not something that you see. Because if you see it, what do you hope for? Have you ever had a girl that you see, you always wanted her, so when you have her, then all of a sudden after 2, 3, 4, 5 years, maybe earlier, you see that same guy that was longing for this female, now he's looking up for a side chick because he already has that thing, so he's not longing for it anymore as how he used to long for it, and when he didn't have it. Well, that's the same thing with this. We hope for Yahweh Bashem Yahushai. It's not that when we have it, we're just gonna put it on the side. No, I just gave you an example. The thing is that something that you see and can touch, you be like, okay, what's next? That's it. Just like a champion, a fighter. When he goes out there, he wants to beat the champion. He beats him up, and then he becomes the champion, and then a lot of times they are demotivated because there's no one stronger, and then they get old, then they get beat up and stuff like that. But anyway, Gibeah and Timnah. Now this is the last example concerning places and cities and stuff like that. Timnah, so it says here, Cain is a city, is a village. Gibeah is a village, which is in Judah. So you had Canaanites. Yeah, I'm not making this up. You had Canaanites, you have Timnahites, you had Gibeahites, you had Jezreelites, you had Carmelites, Hebronites. They're all Judites, but they're named after the city. Okay, so let me go on. And Timnah, 10 cities with their villages. So now, if we look up the word Timnah, you will see that a man was called Timnah also. So now Esau might sneak this one in. He might not might. He did it. If you Google what are the Timnites, he will say Esau. So now, if you don't know the scriptures, you will see that you will think like, wait a minute. So Judites are Timnites or Edomites? That's what he did with Cable. He tried to make Cable an Edomite. Look, Cable. They did that. Cable. What's his name again? Cable. Kenite. Kenas. Son of Kenas. Kenazite. I think I misspelled it then. Cable. Kenazite. Was it this one? Oh, the Caleb. Oh, sorry. Oh, sorry. I made a mistake. Caleb. So what are they saying? The Caleb is an Edomite. The Calebites. Yeah. See, also they were named after their father Caleb, but Caleb is a Judite. See, they're trying to tell you that Caleb is a Edomite because one of the sons of Esau was named Kenaz. So therefore they say that, ha, you see what they're doing? You see what they do? They tricky, man. They tricky. But you cannot destroy the word of the Lord. You can only hide it. But the Lord is going to find a way to show you like, no, that's it. Yeah, they're lying to you. They're lying again. That's what they do. That's what they're supposed to be doing. I mean, if this word was easy, everybody could get it, right? Broad is the way to destruction. So if everybody could get it, where is the broad way to destruction? Then, therefore, no, they shouldn't get it. They should all be destroyed. The majority of the people should be destroyed. They got their head against the stone wall and they can't get it. So, Second Ezra chapter, Lord willing, I'll get it. Second Ezra 8:1. And he answered me, saying, the Most High had made this world for many, but the world to come for few. Let me read it again. Ezra was talking to the Heavenly Father through the angel. So he was talking to the angel, but the Heavenly Father was talking through the angel with him. Verse 1. 2 Ezra 8 verse 1. And the angel answered Ezra, saying, Yahweh had made this world where we live in right now for many. That's why you have a lot of nations ruling together. You have the book of Psalms 83. All these heathen nations, they are ruling to get to a certain degree. Esau is the top guy. But he has his confederacy. All that were confederate with thee have basically wounded thee. So they have, they fought against thee. Here it says it. They have brought thee even to the border. Yeah, they have brought thee even to the border. They fight against them. You know, they have that eat your bread. Basically, don't bite the hand that feeds you. Well, they're going to bite them. They're going to bite them. They're going to bite that hand. Because he think he tough right now. He is tough. He's not so tough anymore because the other heathen nations, they got like weapons too, you know. So they're gaining in on him. Isaiah chapter 14 shows you that. Art thou also become as weak as we? We can kill you now with the nuclear bomb. You're not that tough anymore. I can also annihilate millions of you within 1 second, you know, because back in the days you had the Israelites. 1 man of you shall chase 1,000. So we could fight thousands. Like Samson could kill 1,000 people, but he was in a physical form. Esau, 1 Edomite can kill maybe 1,000,000. But Esau has his other. He has his spirit. He has his physical. Well, it's not physical. He has his other type of power, which he uses these things. He can fly too. But Isaiah chapter 40 verse 31 says the Israelites will be able to fly. Esau already can fly. The scripture says the Israelites will be able to grow bigger and all that there. Can one of you take by thought and change his length and also make your life span longer? We can't, but Esau can do it. Look here. He's a bodybuilder. He can build bodies. Esau can do that. He has the steroids and stuff like that. But the Israelites are going to be able to do this with their mind, because it says it right here. Here. Matthew 6:27. Which one of you by taking thought can add 1 cubit unto his stature? Your stature is also your lifespan, you know? If you go to the Hebrew, it talks about lifespan. But the stature is height. So can you make yourself bigger? No, you can't. Esau can do it. Here. He can do it. But he has the physical one here. See? They break their bones and then they make themselves taller and stuff like that. That's what they do. Esau is able to do this. He breaks the bones here and then puts it together and makes him, and then you can be taller and stuff like that. You know, and they do metal rods and all that type of stuff, and then, you know, you grow bone again because the body is powerful. It's able to reconstruct itself. I don't even know how to explain it, boy. But we know how it, no, we know that it exists and that it works, but I can't tell you how it works. Esau knows how it works. I don't know what the hell's going on around there. You're not allowed to do this, by the way, because you're not even allowed to cut yourself open. Yeah, if you break your hand or your foot or whatever type of bone, I would advise you to go to Esau to fix that thing up. Don't be walking around here talking about being stubborn and stuff like that, you know, because the scriptures does say, don't be over righteous. Don't do that. Let him cut you open, because the Lord is the one that wounded you in the first place. I wound and I heal, right? Deuteronomy 32 verse 39. See now that I, even I, am he, and there is no God with me. I kill and I make alive. I wound and I heal. So if you ever broke anything, or if you fell or whatever, you hit your head, the Lord allowed you to do that. Neither is there any that can deliver out of my hand. So if the Lord wants you dead, you're gonna die. If the Lord wants you to get sick, you want to get sick. So Esau can, not by thought, but Esau he can make himself taller. I mean, he has the spiritual power on the left hand side of the Lord. I don't want to even call it spiritual power, because it's not spiritual. This is very carnal, but still it's in his mind. So it came out of his spirit, out of his mind, which the Lord put it in there in order for him to be able to do this. So we shall be able to do this with our thought. Now that's the power that we're going to get. Yeah. So anyway, going back to over here. So he is a bodybuilder, because the Israelites will be able to make ourselves more muscular and stuff like that. Where anything in your mind, you will be able to do it. So that's the power that we're going to get. So going on, I will tell you a similitude, which is a similarity, Esdras. As when thou askest the earth, how can you talk to the earth, and the earth talk back to you? Well, if you look at the sky and it's cloudy, then you know, and it's windy, then you know, like, okay, the rain is coming. So the earth is talking to you without talking to you. If you see the leaves falling off of the tree, you know, like, the earth is telling you, like, listen, man, you better gather up food and stuff like that, because I'm about to get cold, and all these vegetables and all that I'm gonna kill them, and you better gather food in right now before you starve to death. So the earth is telling you, like, hey, hurry up, man, you better go start gathering wood, you know, and to keep yourself warm in the winter time, right? Because the autumn is here. And it shall say unto thee, so this is how the earth talk. As when thou askest the earth, it shall say unto thee, that it giveth much mold, whereof earthen vessels are made. And what is that mold? That mold is talking about clay. Now the earthen vessel is this. It giveth much clay. What's the last time you saw clay? You are so disgusted by clay that you avoid it. You don't touch it. You know, you see a puddle of water on the ground, you be, ew, I don't want to walk there with my beautiful Nike shoes and stuff like that, my Timberlands on. I don't want to do that. So you walk around it, right? So much mold whereof earthen vessels shall made, but little dust that little dust that gold cometh up from the same earth. Even so is it the course of this world. So the Lord said, just like how the earth gives a lot of clay to make earthen vessels, clay vessels, vases or vases, whatever you want to say, tomato. But the same earth also gives little dust coming from the same earth. Sorry, it gives little gold. Sorry, coming from the same earth, because gold grows. If gold is here, for example, and then maybe 2 years later, it's all over here. It's all over the place. Because gold grows. Here. Here, it grows. It literally grows. Like veins. How you have veins in your arteries and stuff like that. In the wall. Gold. No. Here. It actually grows. It grows around. And you have this oldest gold mine, Abu, in Saudi, which is the land of Avila. Here, this is the oldest gold mine in existence. It began 3,000 years ago, and King Solomon went here too, right? And until this day, they're mining gold there. So you would think to yourself, like, hey, wait a minute, ain't that gold already done then? Yeah. No, because gold grows. I have a documentary that shows you that they have been mining here since like so they lost it, and then for like 1,000 years, something like that, they lost it. And they also didn't have these machineries. So they couldn't. You can't. It's too big. You can't do that. Yeah. So when they now have the machineries and stuff like that, they've been mining for, let me see, has been mined for, has been mined since 1939. Right, let me see. Okay, so 1939 until today. Let me see. Much gold yearly is found, right, mined, I should say. 31,000 ounces of gold in 2020. So since the 1939 until 2022, actually 2025, because I looked it up, but I can't find it right now. Yeah, whatever. So you can look it up for yourself if you have the time. So since then, since from 1939 until 2020. Okay, I'll just show 2020 because it says it right here. Let me see. The place has been mined. So that's my point. My point is the gold it doesn't run out. It grows. It outgrows people, so it's too much. Anyway. But not compared to clay. That's my point, right? So let me go on. But it's valuable. That's why it's so expensive. So let me go on. Even so is the course of this world. There be many created, but few shall be saved. So not a lot of people are going to be saved by Yahweh Bashem Yahushua anyway. You know, so you can hit your head against the stone once that time comes. But yeah. Verse 41. For as the husbandman, which is a planter of seeds, soweth much seed. He's a farmer. A husbandman is a farmer, and he plants seeds. For as the husband, this is an example again, a similitude, similarity. For as the husbandman soweth much seed upon the ground, and planted many trees, or fruits, vegetables, and stuff like that, and yet the thing that is sown good in his season cometh not up. Because, for example, you can't plant all type of things in all seasons. Some things you need to plant them in the autumn. Some things you need to plant them in the spring. But if you do it in their season, still not everything is gonna be rooted up, grounded with roots and stuff like that. Neither doth all that is planted take root. That's 100%, because some of them just die. Not every baby is going to be born. Some babies are gonna get miscarriages. Some babies are, they're not going to grow old and die of natural causes. Some children are going to die before their parents. So that's just the way that the Lord works, So, even so is it of them that are sown in the world. They shall not all be saved. This is 100% proof that not everybody that screams Lord, Lord is going to be saved. Well, there's many other proofs, but I mean, like, you know, there's another one, I should say, right? So anyway, going back to here, so now you have this guy named Timnah, but you also have a town named Timnah, as you can see here, the town called Timnah in Judah, but this is a man called Timnah in Esau. So sometimes they're trying to confuse you with that, right? Okay, I think I'm done with all that there. You know, you had the Jebusites in Jerusalem living there unto this day. So, okay, so now enough of that. I think I covered all these things. So now I can read on the sorry, the rest of the book. Well, you can check Joshua chapter 15. You can check all these names. You know, you can check all these names. Beersheba, which is also there in Judah, but it was given unto Simeon. It was in their place over there. Let me see here. And it's also explained concerning Simeon that was living in the midst of Judah. Let me see something here, what I'm missing. Oh, Carmel, yeah, the Carmelites. What did I put here? I'll put all these links in the description box so you can check it out for yourself. Okay, so now done with that. So let me read on. 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 5. And David's 2 wives were taken captives. Ahinoam the Jezreelitess and Abigail the wife of Nabal the Carmelite. This, you can say this. And David was greatly distressed, for the people spake of stoning him, because they was like, no, it's your fault, man. It's your fault. We're going to kill you today. Because the soul of all the people was grieved, every man for his sons and for his daughters. But David encouraged himself in Yahweh, his power. He was like, no, the Lord's going to help me. And David said unto Abiathar, the priest, remember Abiathar, because he's going to be important later on in the next in the book of First Kings, actually, you know. So is the chapter after this. So after this comes 2 Samuel. What the hell? Sorry. Need my honey. Got a bit of cayenne pepper. Sorry about that. Started to hurt or something. I don't know. Oh yeah. Whoa. I'm like a walking swamp thing. Swamp thing is this one. This is Swamp Thing. It was a funny movie about him too. Not the movie. Sorry. I mean the animation with Superman and Swamp Thing and Superman. What was it? The point is that Swamp Thing and Superman. He was the anime. Where is it? There was one recently, man. Damn it, I forgot the name. There was one recently. I was Earth. It's something with Earth protecting Swamp Thing, protecting Earth. But he didn't want to work with Superman. I think it was Justice League. Yeah, Justice League. Yeah, Justice League. Anyway, let me leave it at that. I forgot. No, I think this one was it. I think my Something is alive in Justice League Dark. Yeah, this one is it. This one is it. Justice League Dark. Here. Yeah, this one was Apocalypse War. Alec Holland. That's his name, by the way. Alec Holland. That's crazy. That's dope. All right, let me leave it at that. So anyway, so it says here that it shows here in this cartoon, this one. That the point is that what I'm thinking, why I'm thinking about it, because I use herbs, and also because when you see this, you will see that Swamp Thing is alone, and then he fights against the whole he didn't want to help them, but when he was fighting against the aliens, so-called aliens, but I know it's their chariots and stuff like that. But he didn't. The point is, he didn't want to fight against the aliens. But in the cartoon, they can do whatever they want, you know. In the cartoon, they're the good guys. Meanwhile, we're the bad guys, you know, stuff like that. You know. But anyway, he didn't help them. The Justice League. He didn't want to help them. He only wanted to help the ones that he loves. That just came to my head when I was coughing and thinking herbs. I was thinking about something. Yeah, like a walking, not an encyclopedia, but a walking, like a walking herbalist or something. You know. Let me go on. Verse 7. And David said to Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod, which is the thing that the priests have on. Here, this one. Right, the ephod, right? Gibeon made an ephod and they was jealous of him. Yeah, man. Yeah, man, but I think I already read that. The book of Joshua. Gibeon, you know, yeah. They didn't like him for it. They didn't, you know, worrying. Judges. Oh, it was the judges. Here. Oh yeah. Here you have Gibeon and you have the Gibeonites. Right. Gibeon is an Israelite, but Gibeonites are an Amorites. See? Another name that is also another a nation and people and stuff like that. And also an area. You know, so well, if you read the scriptures often, you will come across these type of things and then you understand why other people are confused. Because I saw also a female. She wasn't even supposed to be breaking down scriptures, but she did. And she said that Shiloh is Ephraim. So Yahushua is Ephraim. That's what she said. She said, Jesus is actually from the tribe of Ephraim. I'm like, what are you talking about, man? Yeah, because it says here, he's from Shiloh. Like, oh my goodness. Shiloh is a word. It means rest. You did have a Shiloh in Ephraim. Yes, that is the truth. But that's not the same thing as what you're talking about right now. It clearly says here he's from Judah. He is also the bloodline of David. He's not the bloodline of, I don't know, one of the other kings of Judah. The names of the kings of Judah, whatever. Asa. He's not of the bloodline of. Yeah, he is from this one. Let me see. He is from, I think, Jared. Yeah. No. I thought it was Jeroboam. Oh, okay. Yeah, he's not from this one. Jehoram. He's not from that one. You know, he's not from Abijam. No, he's from the bloodline of David, and only him. So no other man came in the midst of the bloodline of David toward the end point, which is Yahushai. No other man came. Because in one of the scriptures, it does say that in the bloodline of David, it says an Egyptian came up in there. That's impossible. Or else it would not be the bloodline of Yahushai. That Egyptian was an Israelite that was called that name. They tricking around. You know? Just like how you have Simon the Canaanite, which is here, Matthew 10, and where is it? Yeah, Simon the Canaanite. He's not a Canaanite. He was living in the midst of the Canaanites, so therefore they call him Canaanite. You know, just like how let's say you have a friend circle, right? And one of your friends is from Germany, and one of your friends is from America, yeah. And you live in let me see, all y'all three live together in I don't know, man. Australia, or you live in Vietnam or something, or you live in Czechia or something, Bulgaria, Poland. I don't know, man. Just an example. You just live in Europe somewhere, or you live in America. But you, and all three of you are named James. So how are you gonna call each other? You're gonna have nicknames, because you're not gonna be when the other, I don't know, you're talking to someone, and then you say like, yeah, well, I was with James yesterday. What James you talking about? Oh yeah, James, from German James. So now you're gonna call him a German. Is he a German? When you write it down in a diary, that's gay. By the way, we don't do no diaries. Let me not use that word for the. You can't use that word. It's kind of you're a sissy, if you use diaries. Not always, because the scriptures is clearly written for our learning and stuff like that. But I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about in the sense that how Esau uses diary. Women have diaries. Oh, I felt this for him and this happened. That's a woman stuff. That's why I said it. If you as a man, but I'm just giving an example. If you was to have a diary and you read about you write about your adventures and stuff, like, okay, that then it's not gay anymore, because you have adventures, you fights and stuff like that. Okay, that's something else. Let me not use that word again. Then after you pass away, you go sleep with your fathers, which with King David, when it was talking about King David's death, it wasn't talking about death. It kept on saying he slept with his fathers, or you're going to sleep with your fathers, or when you are about to sleep with your fathers and stuff like that. It was not really often saying that King David is dead. But anyway, so let's say you fell asleep, you go back to the spiritual realm, and then somebody finds your so-called diary, right? And then they would read stories about how you and German James and American James and Chinese James, you all went and fought against these things. So when they make your diary into a movie, they're gonna get a Chinese guy named James, one from America, and then one from Germany. See, that's how they screw things up, because they would associate those names with those regions. It's not always like that. Sometimes it's literally actually a person of Israel living in those midst and then being called after those names. So, okay, right. So going back to over here. So Simon was not a Canaanite. He's an Israelite. Right. So Judges 8:27. And Gideon made an ephod thereof and put it in his city, even in Ophrah. So now you know where the city of Gideon was, which was here. I'll leave it. And all Israel went thither a whoring after it. So they was greedy for it. It's almost like a jealousy thing. They was fighting about. They was whoring after it, man. Like a prostitute seeking a pee-pee. Like that girl that slept with what? Girl. Men from England? Yeah, this female. Right. I know the number exactly, bro. It's a record. Because I saw another article here. Turkish woman arrested. You know why? Because this female, she wanted to do it too. She saw her, that female with a 1,000 something, and here she was arrested. It was a few days ago, if I'm correct. Here, let me see. Caught on cam. OnlyFans models Azra Aivadan gets arrested for trying to sleep with. It's a news article, so I saw it pass by. I was looking up news. And then you have in the recommended section, and some always you have in the recommended section, you have folly stuff. Well, I fell for it, because I was looking up important stuff, and then I saw this dumb thing, and I looked at it and I was laughing, and I kept on moving, but it did not remove out of my mind. Sometimes it's the stupid things that stick in your head. It's the dumb things. I'm telling you. I don't know her name, but I know exactly what to type for me to get her story. I can't find the date. Yeah, here, January 2025, 19 January 2025. So it's kind of recent, 2 months ago. But I saw it. So, and what was she trying to do? I read it somewhere. I'm not sure 100% anymore because, like I said, some things I just don't remember. But I think I read it somewhere where she was trying to be like this girl, like this girl. She was trying to do what she does. This is an Edomite from England, and this is an Edomite from Turkey. They're also Esau. They're actually Amalek, by the way. Right, but they have Islam, so they're kind of stricter with the Christianity Edomites. They're kind of stricter. Compared to the Christianity Edomites, they are stricter a little bit concerning their daughters and stuff like that. But once their daughters start living in the midst of the other Christian Edomites, they turn into things like, whoa! I didn't know you could do that with your gargling on a neck, your throat. I didn't know you could do that with your throat. You know, stuff like that. They're amazing. Compared to, you know what? Let me leave that, man. Let me leave that. Anyway, so now going on. Right. So let me stop this video. Wait, let me finish this sentence. 1 Samuel chapter 30 verse 7. And David said unto Abiathar the priest, Ahimelech's son, I pray thee, bring me hither the ephod. And Abiathar brought thither the ephod to David. Right, so, okay. And David, okay, let me stop this. Make another video.